Hey everyone, Arbiter Wolf here with another weekly video. So this week was a pretty good week in doing the three things I wanted to get to, at least for Cho Ming's templates here. I was able to get to all of them, at least for this week. I was able to do the front head, the side head, and then the 3/4 head. I'd like to say that I think the front heads are looking a lot better. I feel like I'm getting the hang of them, while the side head I feel is getting better. I don't feel like I still have the full grasp of it, so still need to keep working on that one. And then the 3/4 head, it's gonna need some more work, but I think it's still good to be getting after it, and I feel like it's improved maybe from last week. But maybe I also just need to re-go over Cho Ming's video again and see if I missed out on anything. And maybe that could help some of these 3/4 head drawings. Overall, my goal for the week was kind of to get these three templates done. And I was pretty happy to get them done and just kind of see where I'm at, seeing that the front head is looking pretty decent, and maybe I can start moving on to other things, such as doing like other angles of the head or focusing a little bit more practice on doing the head with the body. But the overall goal with doing this practice is that I want to have these templates like so easy to do that I can just recall them when drawing something from reference. I think that maybe one of the things that I'll try doing is trying to recall a reference image and utilize both kind of like what I saw from the reference image and using the templates from Cho Ming's video that I've already kind of have memorized, and then kind of compare it to the reference after I'm done kind of recalling it and then fix any mistakes that I did. But overall, for this week, I think the big thing that I just focused on was just the practice itself. So, focusing on Cho Ming's videos, focusing on Drawbox. Um, Unfortunately, I did not do a comic, but don't worry. For next week, I'm planning on doing two comics. So, you guys get to have those wonderful comics for next week. But I'm thinking for this upcoming week that I'm going to not only do the two comics, but also, like I said before, with trying to use these templates, draw my characters in the front and side and 3/4 head view, so that way I can also keep practicing Cho Ming's templates here. And then also, I want my characters to look better compared to how some of them have looked at different angles. But overall, what I can say for Cho Ming's videos is that they definitely have been helping. One thing I can say that is a plus about his videos is that, one, they're very easy to follow along with, and then I'll say that even though his videos are done in Korean, I still find it very helpful to kind of read through the subtitles. The reason being is that it kind of slows down the processing of information compared to like hearing watching the video, hearing it in English, and then missing things. I actually have to like read and kind of focus on what he's actually saying, which I feel is also very helpful. But overall, like I said, just pretty happy with his videos, and I'm looking forward to keep continuing and learning more from him. Speaking of learning, one other thing that I did this week is I focused on specifically a great work for a reference. So I did the Michelangelo painting with Adam and God here. And a big thing that I just wanted to do is I wanted to have a reference to be my like go-to reference where I can simply just pick up and start drawing right away. And mostly this is when I have a little bit of free time and I can just kind of pick up and start drawing this right away. Kind of using it as the go-to reference. That way I can start getting into drawing. Instead of like looking for a specific reference that I want, I have one here that I can kind of go to right away. But overall, I would say that it was pretty decent for at least the body that I got a result for. Not so much the head. The problem with the head, I think, is that it is doing a thing where he is not only in a side view, but he's also like tilting his head to the left, which is a bit difficult for me, and I haven't really seen how to kind of get this right. I gave my best effort, but it still looks a little weird. But overall, I was kind of happy with just how the body was turning out. So I'm going to keep going with that a little bit and kind of see where that goes. And then lastly is Drawbox. So Drawbox went pretty decent this week. I felt like I was getting a little bit better with getting the shapes that intersect a bit more compared to the other exercises I did for it. I think a big thing that I've been doing like prior to this or just again when I have just a little bit of free time, let's say like 5 or 10 minutes, is that I'll kind of draw some shapes and kind of play around with them and try to intersect them. So that way I'm kind of like playing around with things a little bit more before I actually try the attempt to do this exercise. And I feel like it was a lot better compared to the other attempts when I did the exercise. So that turned out pretty decent. I don't think it's perfect, but I also feel like it's going in the right direction, so that's good. But I would say overall for the week, it was a pretty good week in terms of just getting some practice in. Like I said, I'm going to be doing the two comics for next week to kind of catch up on things. And then we'll kind of go from there and see how things are going. But overall, pretty happy, like I said. And that's pretty much all I really had for this video. So if you guys like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all in the next one.